Good morning, all. TGIF to everyone out in the chat and out in YouTube land. Thank goodness it's Friday and payday. That's all I gotta say is thank goodness it's Friday and thank goodness it's payday. Now, if only the people I messaged about a car would message me back, I'd be a happy person. But anyway, going to the chat, we have Captain Cat saying morning sunshine before the stream started, and Thomas Potts, the official first once I went live. So, how is everyone this morning? Thomas Potts says Friday, today is Tuesday. No, it's not. No, it's not. Oops, you're not bird of prey. Yeah. No, it's Friday because it's payday. And see, Captain Cat, I was even nice to you. I lit my cigarette before I started the stream. Jeez. Awfully nice of me, huh? So, everybody caught up on all their live streams and all the fun stuff going on at the Comic-Cons that we can't go to because we're all here and not there. Because we ain't that rich. Yeah, to be honest, I haven't either. I've been too busy. I'm in the processes of trying to buy myself a vehicle. So a lot of my online time has been scouring for sale ads and talking to people and haggling and going insane more than usual. Derek McManus says, hey there, buddy. It's after 4 p.m. here. Just saying. Yeah, well, it's only 10:24 in the morning here, so it's the morning ramble here. Derek McManus says hello to Thomas Potts and Captain Cat. Thomas Potts says, don't buy a Jeep. Yeah, no. I'm just looking for a little car. Just four doors, 4 wheels, an engine, decent body, decent running conditions, something to last me a year or two. You know, just something to get from point A to point B, get my son to football, etc. Don't need a big gas guzzling V6 or anything crazy like that. Although Jeeps are good for fishing. They'll haul a boat. Derek McManus says, buy a Golf, good cars. Yeah, Volkswagen are okay, I guess. Personally, I don't like the shape of them, but yeah, I guess. I'm more domestic. Chrysler, Dodge, Chevy. Definitely not found on Road Dead. I mean, Ford. Oh boy. Yeah, if I bought a Ford, my family would disown me. Thomas Potts, get one of those tiny 2-seat cars. No! Are you crazy? With our winters, not gonna happen. I'm still waiting to see one of those things do like 6 360s in the middle of winter. Or become a snowbank. I don't understand people who drive those cars in this city, in our climate. I've never understood that. The other one I've never understood are these idiots who have way too much money and they buy these cars that are really low to the ground. And Winnipeg has really bad roads and speed bumps. A couple of years ago, they went speed bump happy, where they took speed bumps and made them speed mountains. So I'm not exactly sure how those cars that are so low to the ground actually make it over those speed bumps without getting stuck or losing an undercarriage. Not exactly sure. And our potholes will just eat those cars alive. Derek McManus, I put over 1,400,000 miles on my first Golf. Yeah, they're a good car. My friend swears by them. He won't buy anything but VW. It also has to be a diesel. I don't know. Volkswagen diesel, that's his thing. Derek McManus says need to be struck on the servicing, though, to be fair. Yeah, that's kind of why and parts. I don't know what it's like where you are, but parts for any foreign car, you're looking at insane amount of money. And they're not as easy to find. That's why I like my domestics, my Chryslers, Dodge. Well, Chrysler and Dodge are the same company. GM, Chevy, etc. Because the parts are easy to find. But the other cars can get a little interesting. Derek McManus is saying hi to Thomas Potts and asking how he's doing. Thomas Potts says he's doing good. Thomas Potts, I'm not happy. It will be in the 90s this weekend. Not exactly sure. That one went over my head, but that's okay. I haven't had enough coffee this morning. Derek McManus, all good. I saw the Top Gun Maverick trailer. I shed manly tear when I heard the iconic music. Yeah, I liked the original movie. I haven't seen the new trailer. I guess I'm just kind of worried it's going to go south, but you know. 90s as in temperatures. Oh, yeah, I don't have to worry about that. I mean, it is our summer, so it is warm, but we never get that warm. We'll get up to maybe 40 degrees Celsius. I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit, but yeah, that's as high as we go. Humidity can be a pain in the butt sometimes, but yeah, we don't get all that warm. And then another 5 months and we'll be looking at the minuses again. Yay! Derek McManus, the trailer is amazing. Do a video on it. I've stayed away from trailers because a lot of people get copyright stuff. And I don't usually show anything in my reviews. And I'd have to go back and rewatch Top Gun because it's been forever since I've seen the movie. So I'd have to rewatch it and then watch the trailer. Just so I have a basis to base. Like if I was going to do a review, I'd have to watch the original again. Just so I'm in that mindset to be able to go, okay, are they screwing the pooch or is this going to be okay? Not Ryan Johnson says, hello. Yes, you made it. So I won't see I missed the live stream SOB. Yay. Welcome, Not Ryan Johnson. You made it. Bird of Prey 5 hasn't made it, but you made it. Derek McManus, Thomas, where are you at? Anything over 20 degrees Celsius is hot in Ireland. Yeah, we consider 30 degrees Celsius warm, hot. Those are usually days you just throw the air conditioner on and stay in. Thomas Potts says, hi, not unbanned Johnson. Thomas Potts says, PA in the US. Derek McManus says, it's a homage to the 80s if you are that age. Well, I was born in 84, so go figure. So kind of, sort of, but I was too young to appreciate the 80s. I'm more of a product of the 90s, I guess would be the way to say it. Derek Ramirez says, hi, not Ryan Johnson. So, LOLs, get Bird of Prey 5 on, he's funny as hell. Yeah, Bird of Prey 5 is like my go-to if I need a laugh. I'll even watch old streams just to hear him. The best Bird of Prey 5 moments are when he goes into a unscheduled rant. When somebody brings something up and it triggers something and he just goes off without thinking or planning it out or anything. He just goes off on a tangent. Those are the best. Not Ryan Johnson says, 84 just made me feel old. Well, at least I made somebody feel old. Normally, I'm the one being made feel old, so I don't feel bad about that. It's about time. Derek McManus says, born 1972, I grew up in the 80s. Okay, well, yeah, like I said, for me, 84, grew up in the 90s. Not Ryan Johnson says, make fun of Jeeps on Bird's stream, sets him off pretty quick. Yeah, but see, Jeeps aren't that bad. The ones that get me are these rich, good-for-nothing idiots that buy an H3 and drive it in the city only. They don't go off-roading. They don't do anything. And basically, let's face it, an H3 is nothing more than a more expensive Jeep. That's all it is. It's not a Hummer. It's an H3. A Hummer is only the H1. That is the only one that is allowed to be called a Hummer. The rest of them are just overpriced Jeeps. That's just my rant on that. But yeah, no, the other one I can't stand are people who buy like a Dodge Ram 3500 series with dualies on the back and they never haul a thing. They just drive it around the city. I don't understand. Why buy that big of a truck if you're not going to use it for what it was built for? It just drives me insane. If you're going to buy a truck, use it. Otherwise, buy a car. Please. Good example, when I used to work security, my dream truck was sitting in a parking lot, and the person I thought owned it didn't. It was a middle-aged woman who probably has never seen a mud trail or a boat who owned it, and she drove it in the city, period. It's a Dodge Ram 3500 series, extended cab, extended box, dualies on the back. It is the ultimate boat hauling truck ever, and it's condemned to just driving red light to red light to red light to red light. Never used for what it was meant for, and it's just sad. But that's just me. Although my dream car has to be the 1969 Dodge Charger. And to pay homage to my father, I'll even put a 318 under the hood. Thomas Potts says Bird has the best son of a bitch moments I've ever heard. Yes. He should trademark that, and just anybody who uses it out of context without paying credit to Bird of Prey 5 should be sued. Because Bird of Prey 5 uses that the best. Derek McManus, I have a lot of time for Joe. Bird of Prey 5 cracks me up all the time. The man is seriously undersubbed. Yes, he is. He is very much. And another thing I like about the Anti-Tracker, Bird of Prey 5, and a lot of those type of channels, especially Anti-Tracker and Bird of Prey 5, is they're always willing to advertise somebody else's channel. They're always willing to promote somebody else. They have no problem giving a shout out to a channel that's way less than them or even higher than them. And I think that's awesome, because I just think it's cool. That's how I got a lot of mine. Hence, most of you are here. But I think that it's really cool that they'll do that. Even, and I think it's really cool that he'll do that. The other thing I like is the fact that you can say something in chat and it actually gets read. I think that's kind of cool. Although as they grow, I guess that'll change as their numbers go up. But I think it's really cool that they try, even when they're getting blasted. Like when Bird of Prey 5 had the chat for the Game of Thrones, I think it was. I think it was Game of Thrones. When he had like 2,000 people in the chat, he still tried and made a valiant effort to try to make sure that he read as much as he could. And I think that's commendable, because most people would have been just like, okay, there's just too many people, so yeah, no, not going to happen. But yeah, I think that's pretty cool that he tried to, even though there was still a lot of people in the chat, he was still trying to make sure that everybody's comment is recognized. Derek McManus, Thomas Potts, to go all Battlestar, he's this magnificent bastard. Not Ryan Johnson. They just want to burn gas and waste money. Yeah, exactly. I don't get it. Nothing drives me more crazy than somebody who buys a vehicle that is made to do one thing and they never use it for that purpose. Like, they buy a big truck and they never haul a thing. Although there was a bumper sticker I swore I'd always get if I ever got a truck, and it simply said, yes, this is my truck, and no, I won't help you move. But yeah, nothing drives me more crazy. Or people who insist on having four-wheel drive yet never drive outside the city limits ever. Although I guess in Winnipeg it kind of makes sense for the wintertime, because sometimes our snowfall can be a little interesting. But even still, I mean, seriously, if you're getting a four-wheel drive car, you're still too low to the ground anyway. Thomas Potts says, I don't understand people who buy a new car every year. Yeah, I've never understood that either. I've also never understood people who lease a new car every year. So they never own the darn thing. Like, if you're buying a car outright every year, that just means you have too much money. But if you're leasing a car every year, that makes even less sense, because then you never own the thing. It's never yours. You never have ownership of it. You're always in debt. Year after year, after year, after year. You're in debt. You're in debt. You're in debt. Or another one of my favorites is my one buddy He does this all the bloody time, and it drives me insane. He'll go get a car. He'll take really good care of it. There's nothing wrong with it. Just as he pays it off, he trades it for a newer model. So he was just about to own the thing, and then he puts himself in debt for another 5 years getting the latest version of his car. Which makes no bloody sense. You were about to own the car. There was nothing wrong with it. Why are you buying a new one? It makes no sense. It's just keeping up with the Joneses. Oh, well, this car is 5 years old. Well, what's wrong with it? Nothing. Does it suit you? Yes. So what's your problem? It's not the newest one. Oh, okay. But yeah, that has never made any sense to me either, Thomas Potts. The leasing makes even less sense. Because then you have to abide by, oil change has to be done at this time or there's a penalty. You have to take it to a certain garage, yada, 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 yada. I don't understand leasing, and I don't understand why people insist on perpetually putting themselves in debt. Never understood that. Oh, also, they need to start making cars that look different. Does anybody else remember when they could look down the street, see a Cadillac from about 6 blocks away, and go, that's a Cadillac? That's a Buick. That's a Chevy. Now, you have to wait till the damn thing is almost sitting beside you before you can tell what make and model it is. You used to be able to tell. Cadillac is the most depressing. Those Cadillac STSs look like garbage. Give me a Fleetwood any day. But that STS, ugh, ugly. And that Cadillac Escalade can bite me. That's just nothing but a waste of money. Yes, and cell phones. Oh my goodness, cell phones. Oh, don't even get me started on that. My kids don't like me because I have I have a theory on that. Dad, I need a new cell phone. Oh yeah? Why? What's wrong with the one you have? Well, it's not the newest one, and it doesn't have it only lets me play 20 games. Oh, the new one lets me play 40 games. Oh, well, I guess you're going to have to get used to playing 20 games. So when they need a new cell phone, they go to their mother. Because Dad doesn't understand this stupid need to have the latest cell phone. My cell phone is like 7 years old. Still works. It's fine. Does what it's supposed to. I can text on it. I can call on it. It works. It's fine. Don't need the latest $1,000 phone. Makes no bloody sense. And besides, 9 times out of 10, my favorite is, oh, but it's free. No, it's not. Break your phone. See what happens. Lose your phone. See what happens. When you're on one of those payment plans. I don't know what it's like in the States or overseas, but oh, my daughter. Good example. Phone. See what you went and did, Thomas? Anyway, cell phone. My daughter has lost 2 phones in the last 3 years. And luckily, I don't pay the bill, her mother does. But each time, her mother got her a brand new phone. The problem with that is, you still have to buy out the phone. Because it was on that plan. That's fine and dandy. It was free as long as you had that 3-year contract. Well, she lost it 6 months into the contract, so now her mother had to pay $700 to buy out the cell phone. plus the new phone. So yeah, I don't understand the cell phone things, and why my kids get brand new phones. I don't understand, especially my daughter. If it's not physically attached, she'll lose it. And she's going to listen to this later, and I'm going to get cursed out. Her phone is her life. If it leaves her hand, she panics. Which should be fun when we go camping at the end of August. Because there's no cell reception where we're going. Very little anyway. So she's going to have a couple of days of no phone. What shall she do? Also, I don't know if anybody else has had this silly question, but okay, does anybody else remember when they were kids, their parents would say, go out, and your question was, can I stay out later? Or, what time do I really have to be home? Not, well, what am I supposed to do? That question has always annoyed me. Go out and play. Well, what am I supposed to do? Figure it out. Just go out. My son, I don't have to worry about that anymore. But when they were younger, that was my favorite question. Go out. Well, what am I supposed to do? Figure it out. So I used to give them my mother's answer, which was, go play tag in the traffic, and it only counts if you tag the front bumper. Luckily, none of them ever listened to me, but you know. But yeah. If you can't have fun with your kids, who can you have fun with? And everybody went quiet on me. But yeah, so other than that, I'm pretty much think I'm going to call it a stream, I think. And not Ryan Johns, just got back to my computer. Captain Cat, I'm still here. Not Ryan Johnson has been running around for a bit. Captain Cat says I was listening. Yeah, sorry, I went off on a cell phone tangent. That's a sore topic for me, because I've been in more cell phone arguments than I care to worry about. Because I just don't see it. I just don't understand. Captain Cat, I ain't even gonna read that. Not Ryan Johnson, work gets in the way as usual. Yeah, work has a bad habit of doing that. It just gets in the way. That and chores and cleaning and getting kids ready for football. Thomas Potts, don't run around with scissors. Yeah, that's usually a good idea. Although there are a few people that I know, I wouldn't mind if they ran around with scissors. Especially if they fell. I mean, what I meant to say there was, yes, don't run with scissors. Although, I really think we need to bring back natural selection. But yeah, let's not get into a tangent about that, or I'll get kicked off YouTube. Captain Cat, have to clean them somehow. I don't want to know. Not Ryan Johnson, Thomas Potts. I just threw them at people who come to my desk. No. What you do when they come to your desk is you pretend you don't speak English. In this day and age, most people would buy it and move on. Like rock, paper, scissors, throw. That could be a fun game. Except, do you throw the rock or do you throw the scissors? Because either one, I mean, I think the rock would be for distance, scissors would be for close range. Because, scissors, you have to be a little bit more accurate. A rock, it doesn't matter which side of the rock hits, it's gonna hurt. Scissors, you gotta be more precise. So scissors would be close range, rock would be far away. You throw the other person. Yeah, but that there's a reason there's a saying called, I only trust you as far as I can throw you, because most of the time you can't throw people that far. Just a general rule. Captain Cat is trying to act shocked, but nobody's buying that. I wonder where Bird of Prey 5 is. Betcha I'm going to get a comment. Never got a notification. Betcha. That's what happened last time. But not Ryan Johnson made it, so all's good. Captain Cat's been drinking again. Not Ryan Johnson. Just have to get them out the window. Let gravity do the rest. No, that's when they accidentally fell down the stairs. Or at least that's what we used to say in security. They accidentally, on purpose, fell down the stairs. My toenail slipped. Etc. Or as my dad used to say, going upstairs is a pain, going down is easy. You just let gravity do it for you. And now we annoy Captain Cat. Because it's morning and I haven't had enough nicotine or caffeine. Captain Cat says, yeah, accidentally tripped into the window. No. See, you say that the guy was chasing a butterfly, the butterfly flew out the window, and natural selection said he had to follow him. Oh, my video output went low. According to YouTube. Is the stream okay? Because if anybody could tell me if the stream's okay, that'd be great. Because my live dashboard is saying that the video output is low and gone all red alert on me. Oh, okay. Captain Cat says stream is fine. Okay, well then YouTube's drinking accordingly. Not Ryan Johnson. Where is Birds? Not like he's running Kuroga all the time. No, he's probably in Space Engineers, trying to build a base or drilling holes or something. Or building a new board cube. Excuse me. Captain Cat says don't know about Bird. Ryan Johnson, no issues with the stream from what I can tell. Okay, so YouTube is just being stupid. Got it. Someone needs to... No. Bird of Prey 5 is a valued member of the community. He might be the evil dictator of the community, but, gotta have one of those. It's like in the, it's part of the rule book. Must have evil dictator. So you must know at least one. So we all know Bird. So that's checked off. Thomas Potts says the Space Engineer server needs update, so he can't be on it. Oh, okay. Well, I don't play Space Engineers, so I don't know. Not Ryan Johnson. Bird's reason for killing in games. He headed right for us. He's headed right for us. No. Bird's reason for killing in games is they left me no choice. I had to do it. Alright. Captain Cat says he could be getting a back rub from AOC. Maybe. Although it's Friday, politicians don't work on Fridays. Or Mondays, or Tuesdays, or Wednesdays, or Thursdays. Bird kills because they won't go to into a park. No. See that again. They left him no choice. He told them to go to the park. They wouldn't go to the park. That left him no choice. He had to make them vanish. And he's already explained that. If you erase them from history, it's not technically called killing. It's just erasing them from history. If they never existed, then they were never around for you to kill in the first place. So therefore you didn't kill them. They were just never existed. You know, it's just the way it is. Captain Cat is laughing and saying, "Die!" No, it's vanish. Poof, you're gone. Kind of wish a few people I know would go poof. They're gone. But you know, can you do? Can you do when you live in a chute? Buy a boot. Anyway. Thomas Potts, my friends and I have a Minecraft realm, and in the capital we have a parliament building. It's always empty. I used to play Minecraft. Then I got my PS3 and I just never bought it for it. But yeah, I used to steal my son's Xbox 360 and play Minecraft all the time. He'd be gone to school and I'd be playing Minecraft all day, building things. And then I got the brilliant idea that I was going to build an entire city, and I wasn't going to do it in creative. I was going to actually mine for everything. Oh boy. That took forever. That took a bloody 3 months to build what I could do in creative in like 6 hours. That's insane. And what's more annoying is when you can't find, if you need iron, you find everything but iron. If you need gold, you find everything but gold. It's very annoying. Not Ryan Johnson, wiped from existence. Like poop from your butt. Exactly. Never existed. Didn't happen. Snap, gone. You know, like somebody needs to, like Q needs to do to Star Trek Discovery. Snap, gone. Didn't happen. Derek McManus, I'm back. Welcome back. I don't know how much longer we're going to be on, but welcome back. Yay, my stream went green for 30 seconds and then went red again. Yay, I'm back to red alert. Thomas Potts, then when you don't need iron, what happens? You find a lot of it. Exactly. Anytime you need something, can't find it. Not a chance. Or diamonds are the ones that really piss me off, because if you need 4, you find 3. And then no more diamonds for like 3 hours. It's annoying. Very, very annoying. Derek McManus, doesn't anyone have any missiles left? I don't understand that missiles thing. But then again, I'm tired and not enough coffee. And for the most part, aren't all the missile silos done? Didn't they get rid of all those already? Because they were falling apart. Not Ryan Johnson, Jedi mind trick. There is no discovery. This was not the show you wanted to watch. Yeah, something like that. Oh, something like that. They need to do something because, like, okay, I said this in one of my videos. I full disclosure, I never watched the second season of Star Trek Discovery. I plan to never do it, ever. Just because I'd probably pull my hair out. I've seen the reviews of them, but I won't watch the actual show. And my question is this. Excuse me. They're going 900 and something years into the future. Okay. So, my question that's going to pull me out right away is, how in the blue hell are they going to make the Discovery go into combat with any ship that it comes across? Like a garbage scow is going to have better weaponry than the Discovery. I mean, I relate this to, you have a sailing ship from the era of sailing going up against a World War II battleship. Yes, at the time, the weapons and everything on the sailing ship was good for its time. But you put it up against the Bismarck or the Yamato or a Queen Elizabeth, it's toast. It's done. It's finished. It's outgunned. It's out-armored. It's done. It's finished. I don't get it. And not only that, but how are you going to resupply that ship? Because I guarantee you, 900 years in the future, ships are going to be made out of a different alloy. Torpedoes are going to be completely different. All of the systems on board are going to be archaic and nobody's going to be using them anymore. So, how are you resupplying that? How are you... If something goes wrong, how are you going to get a spare part? I don't understand. I just don't get it. It drives me nuts. They say it solves problems, but it creates a whole new dilemma of, okay, now you can't have this ship face any other ship at all because it's going to be outgunned, outclassed, outmaneuvered, out-armored. It's done before it even starts. Again, it would be like taking a Sherman tank and facing it against a Abrams 1 battle tank. Yes, they're both made in the United States. However, the Abrams is going to blow the daylights out of the Sherman before the Sherman even sees it. So, I don't get it. Derek McManus says ID4, my friend. I guess that's for the missiles. Still don't get it. Again, it's early. Derek McManus says, I've memed the F out of that for the last 3 days. Oh, okay. Thomas Potts, Discovery has Burnham, so they win. Yeah, I guess, but still. Derek McManus says Mikey Spock has plot armor to the 9th degree. I don't know. I think they have to go higher than the 9th for Mikey Spock. You know, maybe the 10th degree. 25th degree squared. You know. Derek McManus, for F's sakes, one of my late father's earliest memories was his father, a World War I veteran, cursing when the Bismarck sunk HMS Hood. Oh. Yeah. You know, the funny thing about that is how much controversy there is over that to this day. It is insane. Yeah. There's the whole, well, what happens if the hood would have got its refit? Would it have still sunk? Because the hood was supposed to get a refit and it didn't get its refit, so yeah. But that's a whole new ball. That's a whole another ball of wax. And then there's, did the Bismarck actually get sunk, or did it scuttle itself? Yeah. So yeah, there's still controversy over that. There'll be controversy over that long past everyone in the chat's demise, including myself. They'll still be arguing over that. Not Ryan Johnson says Discovery Seasons 3 enemies Packlids. Just probably space dust, because that's about the only thing Discovery's going to be armed enough to fight. I mean, let's face it, even a Galaxy class versus Discovery, and it's, yeah. Thomas Potts, they found the sunken Bismarck, though. Yeah, they found it. That doesn't change anything. Doesn't change a bloody thing. There are still people that will swear up and down that the Bismarck was scuttled. And there are people that will swear up and down that the British Navy sunk her. It's kind of like the Titanic and the Olympic. No matter how crazy the idea may be, there are people in this world that will argue. And the argument between the Titanic and the Olympic is, if you believe the conspiracy theory, the ship that is at the bottom of the Atlantic is actually the Olympic, not the Titanic. The Titanic sailed for many years as the Olympic. And it was a major tax fraud. Sorry, not tax fraud. It was a major insurance fraud. That the ship that actually sunk was the Olympic, because her back had been broken when there was a collision in harbor, and the Olympic was sidelined for a little while. And there are people to this day that will swear on a stack of Bibles that the ship that is at the bottom of the Atlantic is not the Titanic, but the Olympic, because it was part of a major insurance fraud. And that White Star Line sent 1,000 people to their deaths, except there was supposed to be a ship that was supposed to save them, but the ship was supposed to go down, blah, 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 and it was all set up, and it's a headache. But yeah, there are people to this day that will argue that the ship at the bottom of the Atlantic is the Titanic, is the Olympic, not the Titanic. However, that's been disproven because the propellers on the Olympic and on the Titanic were numbered different. And the number that is on the propeller that is on the Titanic in the bottom of the Atlantic is the number that was on the Titanic, not the number that was on the Olympic. There's also things on the hull of the ship that separated as well from the two sisters. And those match up with Titanic, not with Olympic. However, even with all this evidence, there are people that will swear on a stack of Bibles that it's the Olympic at the bottom of the Atlantic, not the Titanic. Derek McManus says, I'm an ex-Royal Navy. To be fair, the Germans fought well. For what they had, yes. However, they made some major blunders, but yes. But going up against the British Navy was never going to be. They just didn't have the numbers. They just didn't have the numbers at the right time in the right place. They just were never going to be able to make a go of it. The best go they had was the submarines. Thomas Potts says, did you hear the women of the ocean, the women that was on the Olympic, Titanic, and the Britannic when it sank? No, I didn't. But the Olympic technically didn't sink. The Titanic and the Britannic did, but the Olympic didn't. There was a collision with the Olympic. The Titanic sank. The Britannic was hit a mine and sunk in World War I as a hospital ship, which for the longest time it was believed to be a submarine that sunk it with a torpedo. However, some new evidence has come out that it was a mine. But yeah, so technically it's the cursed sisters, the Olympic, Titanic, and Britannic. For 2 years I studied the Titanic and her sisters. I know way too much about those ships for my own good. Derek McManus, LOLs, yes, she was unlucky. Yeah, and the crazy thing is, they're still talking about launching the Titanic 2 in 2022, which I don't understand, but apparently they've sold half the cabins. Who in their right mind wants to get on the Titanic 2? I'm not sure, but apparently there are people who do. It was supposed to be ready a couple of years ago. However, it wasn't ready. But I think it's 2022. It's set for launch. Could be wrong. But I think it's 2022. Titanic 2 is supposed to launch. Unless they've canceled it. But as far as I know, I believe they still have I believe it's supposed to be launched in 2022. Close to when the Titanic's anniversary is, but not 100% sure because they keep changing that around. It was supposed to have already been launched. Thomas Potts says she lived through. Wow, that's crazy. Derek McManus, Harlan and Wolfe built good ships. Not our fault some Englishman drove the ship into an iceberg. Yeah, they were beautiful ships. Absolutely beautiful ships. Thomas Potts, she was on the Olympic when it hit the British warship. Then was transferred to the Titanic during World War I. She was a nurse on the Britannic. Her name was Violet Joseph. Oh, okay. I get it. Okay. I think I might have heard, but I didn't know she was... I know she was tied to the Titanic, but I didn't know about the other two. Thomas Potts, I would go on the Titanic too. I'd let it have its maiden voyage first. Call me superstitious. But I'd let it have its maiden voyage first. Just give me 1 second here. Derek McManus, the Titanic did okay in Doctor Who. I'm like Bird, I've never seen the show, so I have no feelings on it one way or another, but I never got into it. Thomas Potts, I would also go to Jurassic Park and Lost Island. Yeah. I'd send a few people I know to Jurassic Park, but I don't think I'd go myself. But no, Titanic 2, I'll let it have a maiden voyage and a couple of successful ones first, and then I'll figure it out. The Epic Beard, hey nerds and Canadian about type people. Hello, Epic Beard. How are you on this Friday morning? I think it's still morning. Yep, it's still morning. Derek McManus, we Irish are proud of our ships. Yes, it was unfortunate. How much backlash the shipyards got and how quick people were to make the accusation of faulty metal and all that gibberish that came out of the Titanic sinking, when in reality it was human stupidity and ego and stupidity that sunk the Titanic, not who made her. Thomas Pott, she died in 1971. Very interesting. And after all that, she stayed with the White Star Line. Oh, excuse me. Wow. That's devotion. The Epic Beard, afternoon here in non-Canada Eastern land. It's still morning here for another half hour or so. But with that, folks, I'm going to end the stream and hope you all have a great weekend. Talk to you all Monday or sooner if I see you in a live stream. And thanks again for all of you who came and listened to me ramble here. And have a good one, folks.